So pretty much what's in the description, I completely forgot to even talk about in the last broadcast about the creator level event. So creator level event originally was just two people, and but creator level events can be obviously everything that's involved in creator level events, which is ultimately just creator level experiences. It is the action of ultimately creating your own creator level event with all the other creators, and as creator consciousness, or even as God consciousness. There's creatorship that goes on, and there is constant flow with every event, always coordinating every aspect of the event, and every possible intricacy of every level of the different intricacies of the levels of every event. So, creator level event is actually very, 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 very open. Creator level events, it's been described as something that's, perhaps on Omni or TV or television or something like that. And that's a real thing. It's an actual, movement thing. And also, on another topic, I also, I might get into, I have to be serious about what I decide, but I'm gonna contemplate it, because it is, something I would be actually participating in for a creator level event, which is continuing to practice, to become a comedian. I've been a comedian, since the third grade. I've been a comedian for a long time. No, since the second grade, right? It might have been fourth grade. But yeah, I've been a comedian for a long time. And I am, since, yeah, 10 years? No one ever talks about that, how long they've been a comedian. But the thing is, or actually they do. Okay, I'll do the calculations on it. 19, 10, so that's 16. 16 years. I've been a comedian for 16 years. So, and the thing is, I'm actually really, really funny. I'm actually, a pretty good comic, in general. And, I don't even have to talk about, all the galactic stuff and how funny that is. How we don't even have, galactic communication, or, we don't even go to school with blue avians. What's up with that? You'd think we go to the same school and stuff, But, it's just, blue avians, they're just, or who knows, maybe we're just, too weird or something. But, dude, that's funny, it's hilarious, wouldn't you want to have, a drink with a blue avian, or wouldn't you want to, go aboard a sphere being a lion's ship, just, crack a few jokes, talk about, life and stuff, literally, and then just, have a good time. I think that's pretty funny comedy stuff, if you ask me. I think that's actually pretty funny. And the thing is, with comedians, if they ever get it out, their comedy, because the audience is just laughing too hard, or they just, choked from laughter or something. But, when there is, a moment where, because every comedian has that moment, but when a comedian has a moment where they're literally talking about something that, is on their mind, and something that actually bothers them, or, actually gets the audience's attention, and the whole world is at a standstill for a moment as that wave sweeps across the nation. And that's what comedians are known for, and comedians are really funny because, they actually make that comedic arc. And what's so funny about it is that you can respect that, and you can have more reminiscent jests and prophetic joy, and you can actually express a really interesting sense of nature, and then add more levels to the comedic future. And that's what comedy is all about in the first place, right? The thing is, we also, every comedian wants to be in the forefront, like the frontier, like, and it's like, it's so ironic that, like, oh, we gotta find the frontier when we're searching for ways in such innocent sort of alcoves that we created for ourselves. Because we created all these thought forms for ourselves. We created all of our own, mental structures. So we decide to keep them, or we don't, or, and that's a part of comedy in itself. I mean, it's an important part of who we are. I mean, like, every action of comedy, like every step of it, and maybe this is a teaching and a learning moment, because that's what comedy's all about. But, like, there's success. There's actually major success in what you do. And the thing is, like, there's also the bravery frontier with comedy, because, just shout out to Joe Rogan. It was so interesting, because it was so, like, I feel like he was super, like, into the, like, in a comedic way too, but, like, he was comedically into the timing of all these technologies and stuff with cryogenesis, and I know it's kind of too soon, but, like, dude, the thing is, like, I actually still want to meet up with Joe Rogan, and I still want to, and I said that out loud, and that's my goal, My goal is to, this sounds so corny, but my goal really is to, like, get Joe Rogan together with Alex Jones, Stephen Greer, Eric Kahn, me, and who else? Those guys, just those guys. Oh, and Jose. Like, Jose Garzilla. I would want those guys on the private, like, party event thing that I would host, and I'd have, like, it would be in a, I can't believe I'm describing this, but it had multiple stages, multiple settings in the townhouse, whatever it's called, gated community, courtroom, concessions, maybe a very short slideshow, quick introduction with all the guys as we meet up there, like in the afternoon or something like that, or probably in the morning, because all day would be really cool. But, like, in the morning, just, like, introductions. I would give my gifts and the welcomes to my to the gated community court room, or courthouse, or what the heck is it called? Courtyard. Wow, that is a what a comedic mix of words. So we would we'd have like hors d'oeuvres, a short slideshow just about, like, kind of like, I guess, just introduction of us sort of thing. That's a very weird thing. Now that I think about it, like, it's weird. I don't want to use the word weird, but, like, that's a very weird thing. Like, I actually thought about having introductions with these guys, and, like, how I would introduce these guys to each other, or somehow, like, how they'd relate to one another. Anyway, it's fascinating to me. And so I think we'd have introductions, or they'd introduce themselves, and there'd be hors d'oeuvres, cheese, snails, escargot, caviar, all that stuff. The pool will be an option. There'll be barbecuing after 12 and 1, and 2 and 3. Barbecuing all afternoon. And afternoon is also just tons of food. And the walk back to the house, which will have multiple stages of just different rooms with food everywhere, different. Um, I actually plan on. Well, it's only up to 10 people, but so yeah, it'll just be those amounts of people as we enter in. There'll be a lot of space, obviously, because there's 6 of us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. It would be Ericon, me, Jose, Godzilla, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones. Oh, Stephen Greer, definitely. Oren Schroyer, and Robert Clayton Attic, athlete. If I could, uh, probably, I'm the best athlete there is out there. So, but I would probably have The Rock. I have The Rock. Also be attending the private event. So we'd come through the backyard. There's a backyard area. Be drink champagne, meat, hot dogs, ribs, chicken, thighs, salmon, seafood, and it'll be just lots of talking, discussion, going from room to room, different small bread items, desserts. Nighttime, there'll be more evening-like activities, perhaps music, maybe dancing, and then perhaps the jacuzzi for nighttime jacuzzi. And that would pretty much be my private event. It would mean the world to me. To be honest, I've thought about this a lot. And comedians don't do too much thinking, and even being honest about me being a comedian about this, or bringing the comedian side out of me as well as the casual side of me. And the athletic, galactic hero side of me. I just want to be really expressive and really expand on leadership. And I know that sounds corny, but perhaps this could be something like I don't know, just a small. You never doubt how a small group of people can change the world, or that's not how it goes, but a small group of people can change the world, and I honestly believe in that magic of all of us coming together and really expressing ourselves, really accelerating all of our goals. And that's kind of my side of it. It's interesting because I don't want to talk too much about it because I kind of want it to be a surprise, but in a way it's a big deal. It is, the private party, it's the film, the CE5 film, it is so many things. And the thing is, we all are solid men. We all stand to gain from being honest to each other. Because I would say, if we could invite Trump as being the 10th person, I would be so bold as to say it would be the group, the collection of and I hope no one would get jealous or upset, but we could have the 10 most powerful men on Earth meet together, and it would be an event that I would host. And I'm not saying that the private event with Greer and up to 10 more people would be a creator level event necessarily, but I am saying that I definitely want to have it. It would mean so much to me. I would love to have them all together, and I would love to hear them talk to one another, to talk to me, talk to I don't know, to talk to them. Obviously, it's such a golden experience to me. Like it mean I want to cherish it. Like I think I have the ability to like fully cherish that moment, and we all like are connected to each other anyway. Well, perhaps I just see the connections more so. Anyway, wow. So it'll be fun. Let's just say that. Dude, I'm stoked. Like, think about it. Like, think about how well we come together. Think about the truth we've been standing for and been fighting for this long. And just think about how, like, adventurous we can actually be. And how adventurous we actually are, you know, innately. And how we need to continue that journey. And I'm all about, like, supporting, like, the ideas of how we all have all come together in our own unique ways. Or how I have come or together with you, or how I have connected with you guys in unique ways that I have. And, you know, we could tie together. This could be an incredible event. And I'm super excited about it. Like, I want to have a lot of fun with this. Like, it's like a whole day private event. Like, during the weekend. Or, like, of course, it's like a weekend. It's a weekend with Dr. Greer, though. And it's just such a big deal to me. Like, and like I think we could also we could change the world. We could we can like be ourselves. And I want to like I feel like we should stress. I want to stress the importance of that. Like, I feel like, you know, since we're, and even not saying we weren't the most powerful men, but since we are the 10 most powerful men in the world, you know, shouldn't we, you know, really celebrate one another? Shouldn't we just like cherish one another? Shouldn't we just, you know, relax a little bit? Shouldn't we just like take a load off? We should really just kind of, you know, just relax into the moment, or just relax into who we are, just relaxing and having a good time, but, you know, not necessarily overstimulating ourselves or anything like that, you know, like, or being overly active, or being overly like involved or interactive in anything. Like, it's a private like weekend with Dr. Greer, and this event could literally be just the most inspirational just example of, gosh, dude, I don't want to even give away this amazing brilliance that I truly am like excited about this with and of. Like, this is brilliant experience. Like, I want to capture it, and I feel like I can already sense like our own brilliance coming out as the day approaches, and that's how much it means to me. Like, I think of actually having like tons and tons of people who actually are, you know, really, I don't know how to describe it, but like really connected leaders, are really just fans of newness and the Renaissance and brilliance and divinity and mystery schools and everything that could bring us together to like leadership, liberty and boldness and greatness. And the thing is, like, we could talk about so many different things. There's so many different topics. There's so much expression of greatness. There's so much actual, like, and there's so much connection. There's so much actual. The thing is, there's so much actual creation that we can do. There's so much that can be done, you know. And I don't want to jump the gun and say that, like, oh, you know, we got comedians, radio show hosts, directors and programmers and founders of companies, and we got Boy Scouts and Eagle Scouts and business majors or businessmen, and we're all working together to thrive in this economy that, well, it's not all about the economy, but to thrive in life, thrive in existence, thrive in leadership, thrive in evolution, and thrive in progress, true actual progress, and just thrive in the uniqueness of one another, because I feel like it's an incredibly important to like balanced like athletic and martial artist even point of view that we can all agree with, learn and discover, discuss, meld with, and blend in with, and we can be more powerful. We can create more films. We can create more. You see, the thing is, like, I'm an architect, and I love the designs that have already been focused on, like the Sky Castle and the ocean cities, underground water cities, and surface water cities, mid-water ocean cities, super water cities, like above the water, and underground cities. Like, I want to blend in culture and uniqueness in the right way, but I want to do it like without being overly fancy or overly like a certain thing, because it's hilarious that I say that because I'm a comedian and I use comedy to advocate a certain form of words that people love to put together, but like, or in a certain fashion, because so I can like defend them at the same time and support their culture. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has anyway. Like, I'm just saying, like, we can develop a culture, we can develop, and it sounds very, like, I'm not gonna lie, it probably sounds very Marvel-y or very superhero-like, and perhaps there are some aspects of that I want to bring into fruition about, the truth of technology that we can actually utilize that. And I can go into that and all that wonderfulness, but the truth is, like, we are, like, the essence of greatness, and we need to, I think we should just relax and really settle into that truth of that greatness. And that's what I'm so excited about. That's what I want to cheer on. That's what I want to celebrate. And, the truth is, this architectural structure design can be created in an instant. And to have, the foundation of these great guys already on this planet, we can transform in a, from constant higher level consciousness. And, the thing is, we're good guys, I think that's what we all have in common. We're all good guys. We're all, we all have a fighting spirit. We all fight for something deep. And, I'm not trying to, like, motivate, just trying to, like, oh, isn't that what comedians do? They make connections to certain things. Dude, like, I gotta pretend that, like, people know that they're galactics, that they're here on the planet. I don't even know whether I should inform them, educate them, or just like pretend that they know, and then maybe they'll meet them one day, or just prepare them for what they'll experience by being myself. Is that really something I should even discuss with the 10 strongest guys in the world? And it's all perspective. See, it's all. Dude, I think comedy is all about, like, inspiring the audience. Like, there's no, like, dull moment. There's never a point where there's, like, a misconception. It's just the fact that, comedy is an art form that people love and express and are involved in. And, I'm just pretty good at it. I'm just really darn good at it. And I can do many wonderful things as, a great leader in this new world of what is transforming into the world that we want to create. And, like, the thing is, like, we can really discover that we actually have a foundation, all of us together. Like, we have wisdom and mental mastery, and we have, like, traditional methods that have been successful before that we can utilize and innovate into new culture, new ways of living, new ideas. And dude, we can create those ideas. We can create new realities and create new realms and stuff like that. There's so much bliss and there's so much providence out there for us. There's so much greatness, and why not have a private event like talking about who we are? The greatest, the strongest people in the world. Like just like settle into that greatness, and it's to be educatory or wisdom filled or just you know even just glass of wine, laid back, super ultra, perhaps Renaissance appearance mixed with uh, an incredibly advanced, highly evolved musical culture, just with splashes of different colors and radiances from nature itself that blends in with the actual health status of our bodies and of our food substances that we eat, and the colors that we see that relate, and the butterflies that'll be there, and the life forms that'll be all around us, and the communication and the cultures that we can take part in, and the plants and the foods and the vegetables and the fruits and the breads and the grains and all. Dude, there's so much bliss and simplicity. I want to be unapologetically exceptional in every manner. Like, I want to present the greatness of the presentation that is for the leadership in love, bliss, and just overall honesty and greatness. Well, anyway, truth is, abundance, I think, is the most important thing. And we live in a world of abundance. And if anything, I feel like that's the most important thing I should mention to them at this private event. That's one of the most key things that is the truth about life. There's no such thing as lack. And if you tell me that there is such thing as lack, then you are actually lying. Because you don't know the truth. And that's unfortunate. Because the truth is within you. It's like believing that abundance exists within you. Because abundance does exist, like, without a doubt. Like, we live in abundance. And, if you say there isn't abundance, you're actually lying. So, I'm just satisfied with that loveliness. So, creator level events, just talked a little bit about it. They can be more nature oriented. So, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I don't want to, of course, limit free will, because this is a free will planet, which is obviously one of the greatest places to have a creator level event. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed. So, life is good, and I'm having a great time. I love you all. So shout out to the comedians out there in the world too, and also shout out to like the 10 strongest men in the world, all those men that I mentioned, and the bravery and the wisdom personified by each, and just how awesome it would be to have all of us together, and perhaps all the awards and stuff, and it'll be pretty cool. So as usual, this is actually Christopher Bowen Show broadcast. This is actually a little bit more laid back than my other broadcasts, even though all my broadcasts are laid back. But yeah, I just wanted to mention creator level events, because I just think that's an incredibly important aspect of Gaia. So lots of love. I love you all.